Hey everybody, hope you're doing well today. I am here with a totally different kind of video, but I wanted to do a nature walkthrough because I am a lover of nature. I love going to different places throughout Illinois, throughout the Midwest, throughout the country, throughout the world, wherever I can go. And I love getting footage and maybe sometimes macro footage and wildlife shots. I just love the beauty of nature. And so I'm going to be showcasing that more on this channel, especially so I can have some content that's not age restricted. So if you're upset by the change of pace, no need to watch these videos. But for those who are here for some nature goodness, we are currently at the Grove in Glenview, Illinois, which is a cool little nature preserve, and they have a very interesting wildlife center inside where you can check out some cool animals that they take really good care of, and they have a really awesome turtle exhibit. So I'm going to show you some of the natural foliage and trees and plants and some of the wildlife I happened to come across on my visit there. And I will tune in every once in a while to kind of let you know what we're looking at, or at least to the best of my ability. I'm no expert on any of this stuff, but I love animals, I love wildlife, I love identifying them and finding them in the wild, and it's just really cool. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy the video, enjoy some music, and I will periodically chime in. So we are looking at what I believe are some hickory trees currently. There's all kinds of different trees that you'll encounter in this little preserve, and most of the trees I encountered at this point in time, it was around the 22nd of October when I did this footage, they were mostly turning yellow in their leaf color at that time in the autumn. There were some that had more of like a bright red, but overall it was kind of a yellow leaf time of year, it seemed. Some pretty beastly oak trees off in the distance. I really like looking at these trees from afar, and it's cool when you see them either in autumn or winter when they're starting to lose leaves, because you see like the almost vascular nature to their branches. They're just massive, and we were surrounded by them walking here. There's a cool walking path as well, as you can see here, that sometimes is surrounded by water, but at this time of year is just taller kind of prairie plants. A lot of goldenrods here. I'll get some close-up footage of those later that I brought my macro lens with, and had some fun getting some shots of those for sure. I believe this is a fallen walnut tree of some variety. There were a lot of walnuts around, and based on looking up the type of bark, it seems like that's possibly the kind of tree it was. If I've got any tree experts watching this video and you can either correct me or confirm what I'm saying, I'd greatly appreciate it. And that goes for anything I try to identify in this video. I'm an expert on nothing, and I don't have a science degree and know nothing about any of it, but my own experience and my own casual knowledge of nature. As you're looking here, you'll see some of the zoomed in footage on some of these goldenrods as they are kind of ripe, almost like the way dandelions disperse their seeds. They have done a similar thing. They're normally a yellow colored flower, but these are really cool looking when they're ripe and about to disperse their seeds. They're setting them up to be able to fly through the air, almost like helicopter structures or little plane structures. Nature is definitely the coolest innovator, and plants are really great at spreading their genetics around, which is really cool. This is what is called tricaptum. It's a kind of fungus that feeds on dead wood or fallen trees, things that have died like that. So I got some close-up shots of it. Thought it was cool looking. Not an edible fungi. big trees as well. Lots of oak trees out there as well, but I think we're currently looking at some maples, possibly Norway maples. I could be wrong on that though. But they really have beautiful leaves and they got a nice bright yellow color at this point in time. This was one of my favorite trees I saw the whole time. It's just this massive skeleton of a tree at this point, with pretty much all of its leaves having fallen off. I think it's an oak tree, a very massive one at that, but it just looks like veins almost, with those vascular branches just reaching out. An absolute beast. Excited when I came across what I think are 3 garter snakes. They have the black colored bodies and like a yellowish stripe on them. You can see this one was kind of curious, and they were just making their way through the leaves on the ground trying to get to one point. But I did see 3 of them, which was really cool. Beautiful snake. I came across a couple of slugs, and this one even had some eggs. I looked it up, and those are what their eggs look like, so some future slugs on the way as well. Here is called a white avon. I had not really seen one before, but I thought its leaves had a really beautiful pattern to them, and it's supposed to be a really resilient, hardy plant. I even found a worm friend. I believe this to be a common earthworm because they have sort of a darker red color on one side, and as you'll see, as it sort of squirms around and moves its body in the focus of the camera, the other side of it is a lot lighter, and that's supposed to be characteristic of earthworms. At this point, we ventured inside to the animal exhibit, and this is a skeleton preserved of a giant ground sloth. There you can see a cute little salamander. They are occasionally found in the wild here in Illinois. I rarely see them, but you could find them in a place like the Grove if you happen to be lucky enough. Probably my favorite part is the turtle habitat they have. You can see a sassy slider giving me the eyes here. Look at this guy climbing up. You got it, man. Hey. This is what I believe to be some sort of soft-shell turtle. They have kind of a needle nose, and you'll see later in the video a baby version of one. They don't keep them together because apparently they can be aggressive towards their own kind, I guess. That baby soft-shell turtle, looking absolutely adorable. box turtle. So they have a lot of different kinds of turtles together. These guys aren't in the water nearly as much. You can see this guy, I thought for sure he was going to fall, but he seems to know his own limitations and takes calculated risks. These are some fish that I believe are called gar, and they almost date back to prehistoric times if I'm remembering correctly, or they're very anatomically similar to very ancient fish. So now we're getting to the portion which was one of my favorites, the snake section. And instead of talking every time, I'm just going to kind of have a visual with the name of the snake. So this one's really cute. It's called a black rat snake. I thought they were called rat snakes because they kind of look like a rat, like sniffing its way through somewhere, but I guess rats are one of their favorite foods. So I thought these corn snakes were beautiful. They just look like muscular specimens, and from what I could find, they do consume their prey by constriction, which kind of makes sense. Look how agile and mobile this thing is. It's a beautiful snake, and I believe they're related to rat snakes, which we saw earlier as well. This is by far probably the coolest and oldest animal in the whole exhibit. This is the alligator snapping turtle. This thing is well over 100 years old, if memory serves correctly, and the person who was working there at the time said they could crack a human skull, like if someone were to die and fall into a body of water. So I thought that was kind of a gruesome thing for them to tell us, but it does seem like an impressive thing to be able to do, and that speaks to the sheer strength of their jaws. But with all that said, that pretty much sums up my experience, and I hope that was a thorough walkthrough showing you some of the beauty at the Grove. I highly recommend checking it out. It's a free place. If you have kids, they would absolutely love the animal exhibits. There were all kinds of adorable little kids in there that were just having the time of their lives. And if you go there on a Saturday, that's a good day, I think, generally, because it seems like they have more volunteer staff there that will like even take some of the animals out. They let some of the kids pet snakes. It's a free place, beautiful hiking, beautiful scenery. I highly recommend it. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Let me know what you think of this kind of video. And let me know if you want to see more of this type of content, because I have already kind of shot a couple more full videos worth of walkthroughs at a couple other beautiful locations. And I really love doing this stuff, so I'd love to share it with some of you people. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I will see you guys in the very next video, and I will of course be continuing my regular content and the type of content a lot of people know this channel for, but I'm trying to put out some non-age restricted content out there as well to just be able to converse and discuss more than just what my normal videos are about. Stay safe, everybody.